Matches below. Hey guys, Matches Balone here, bringing you guys a movie review on Justice League vs. Teen Titans. Right off the bat, I gotta say, I definitely enjoyed this movie. I am just so happy. It's a great film. If you guys had gone and seen my Batman Bad Blood movie review, you guys know that I hated that movie and I really tore it apart. But I was still very optimistic for this film. And I gotta say, it knocked out all my expectations. You know, Warner Brothers, DC Comics, Warner Brothers Animation, whoever was a part of this, from the directors to the, voiceovers to, whoever had a part in making this film. I just want to thank you guys because this is easily the best film you guys have put up to date. But yeah, Justice League vs. Teen Titans. Essentially, this is a story of Damian Wayne Robin and how he's gonna join the Teen Titans, and he meets all of these kind of like teenage superheroes. Among them is Raven. Now, Raven is a mystical character, and she has a bit of a dark history, mostly dealing with her father, who is Trigon. Now, Trigon is a very big bad guy. You know, we're talking. Just the biggest bad guy you could probably think in the DC Comics universe, and he is trying to take over the Earth. But in order to do that, he needs Raven's help for him to cross over from his dimension into Earth. And that's essentially, the very skeleton of this movie. I don't want to say too much because I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, and I really suggest you guys go out and, watch it. But yeah, so what I love about this movie is that this is a Teen Titans movie. It's Teen Titans focused. I know that Justice League is the first, on the title, and this takes place inside of the Justice League series, if you will. But this is by all means a Teen Titans film, and I really love that the focus is on them and not so much on the the bigger quote unquote A-list heroes. So I really like that. I like the characterizations of all of the new characters we meet, from Raven to Beast Boy to Blue Beetle and Starfire. They all come across nicely. They all come across very unique to one another, and I feel like they're also very true to the characters that you've seen in their comic book versions as well as other animation. If you guys are limited in the Teen Titans world and all you really have to go on is the Teen Titans animated series or even Teen Titans Go, I feel that the characters that you see here that are relatable, recognizable from those other medias, are still recognizable, and you're still going to understand who Raven is, who Starfire is, So I definitely like that. I also, man, there's just a lot of great things and a lot of great moments to say about this film. But one of the things I really liked is that because this is kind of the story of Robin joining the Titans, we also kind of see a little more of a character development from Damian Wayne. He has essentially been the focus from the 3 Batman films in the Batman line, and this is the first time he's crossing over to the Justice League line. But I feel that because he's kind of like, let's say, the conduit, right? He's kind of the conduit for the viewer into this new team. He gets a lot of character growth, and it just really, we see more of Robin becoming a full-on hero instead of just being, the son of Batman, or the son of the grandson of Ra's al Ghul. So I definitely like that. I feel like this is a more important story for Damian Wayne slash the Batman series than Batman Bad Blood was, because I felt that one really, Damian was kind of pushed into the background and just, an extra character. While this one, even though it was a Justice League film, and like I said, it's still a Teen Titans film, he was really thrusted upon, and so he's one of those focal characters that really got a lot of character growth and character development, and so I'm really like that. And it's also really great that because this is a Titans, one of the big story arcs that you can do with the Teen Titans is Trigon. But of course, that it's a very tricky story because you're dealing with Raven in the past and all that. And I know about the Titans, I know about Raven, but I never really knew her backstory too well. It's always kind of been like side stories that I've read. And I feel that the backstory they give her in here, essentially kind of her origin story, I think it was done very nicely. And I think that, from the perspective of somebody who doesn't know anything about DC Comics, you're going to be able to watch this movie and really understand this character and the threat So I think that was a really phenomenal job, a really bang up job, because origin stories can be really tricky, and if you don't get them right, the character just falls apart. And in regards to the rest of the Titans, even though they're, the main focus is on, let's say, Raven and Damian Wayne, the other Titans still felt very strong. They didn't feel just little side characters or just background noise. They felt like they had a purpose to be on this team, and essentially they did feel like a team. They felt kind of like a family. They have these little, fun moments where they kind of, are bugging each other. So it really was a nice group that kind of pushed the move forward and really helped make the story, just awesome. Now, as much as I like this movie, there are some stuff that I was kind of like, but these are just personal gripes, so you could just, kind of like ignore all this. They're not going to ruin the overall enjoyment of the film. One of my things is, again, this is just personal, but I didn't like the outfit that Starfire was wearing. 95% of it is fine. I just didn't like the skirt. I think the skirt was really weird, and I feel like they're trying to kind of match it to the Teen Titans Animated or Teen Titans Go version, where she's a lot younger and she has a skirt on. So I think that's where they were trying to match it. But I would prefer if they had just gone with either like a pants or shorts, or just kind of like underwear, kind of like what Wonder Woman wears. So that's just a personal gripe. Like I said, it's not gonna ruin the movie. Another really funny thing, but I felt it was out of place, was there's a scene in the movie where the Titans are essentially going from civilian clothes into their superhero outfits, right? But they kind of make it like, if you guys ever seen any type of Tokyo hero type of show, so think of Power Rangers, it kind of felt like that, where you just see a background color and then you see them kind of transform and stuff. It was funny, but I just it was really weird. Like, it didn't fit in this kind of movie. It really came out of left field. But what I did like is that the Titans, who have been doing this for a while, they do this transformation, and then Damian Wayne Robin, because he's the new guy, he left his stuff in the car. So I kind of thought that was funny. Again, it's not a big thing. It's not going to ruin the movie for you. There's also a scene or there's a couple of scenes, but like mostly there is a part where they're in a carnival and they're playing this music in the background, kind of make it like I don't know, I want to say a montage, but it's not really a montage. And I just the music didn't fit too well. But again, I'm not gonna ruin it. It's just some personal complaints. The last big one that I have that they did semi okay was that, continuity wise, the Justice League, in this movie, we only get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Cyborg. We don't get Green Lantern, we don't get Shazam, and we don't get Aquaman. Now, they did have a throwaway line in the beginning of the film talking about Green Lantern and Shazam, but they never mentioned Aquaman. And so I would have, and the throwaway line was kind of like, at the moment, I didn't really understand why it didn't show up later on in the film. So that's a little disappointing that we didn't get to see the rest of the Justice League, but still not a big issue considering that this is the focus on the Titans. I think it even makes a lot more sense because, you don't have to worry about the Justice League, because the whole story, the ones who are carrying it all, is the Teen Titans. So I think that makes sense. And then the last big thing was Dick Grayson, Nightwing. He does show up in the film. We do see him a couple of times throughout the film. And what we do see of him is nice, but I would have liked him to have a little more of an active role. There's, towards the climax of the film where, like, the Titans and the Justice League are working together, I would have loved to have Nightwing show up and he help as well, kind of have some Nightwing action in the film. We didn't get that, so it's a little unfortunate, but again, it's not this crucial thing. It's not going to ruin the movie. But yeah, those are kind of like my gripes, it's nothing too bad. It's just, little tidbits here and there. But yeah, I love the film. I highly suggest you guys go watch it. This is the 6th film in the overall, like, Justice League / Batman series. It's the 3rd one in the Justice League side. And I gotta say, this is essentially the best film they have put out to date. I think the 2 Justice League prior to this were really good, and they're excellent standalone stories. And the Batman series, it's kind of up and down. It's so far okay, but this one was just phenomenal and awesome. And what I really like is that the other movies felt like they were setting up a world, right? Here's the formation of Justice League, and here's the formation, and here's, Aquaman and Atlantis. This one really felt like there's already a world around them, and they're just introducing these new characters, right? They're not, supposedly building something. It's like, hey, this world exists. These are the characters. Let's tell the story. And so in that way, it kind of feels timeless. So even though this kind of takes place inside of the New 52 era or continuity of story, as we keep getting further away from the New 52 and we go into, the DC Rebirth or whatever, I feel this is still a movie you can go back and, regardless of what year it is, where you are with these characters, it's just a good, wholesome story that is very true to the Teen Titans essence and core. So, in that sense, in that mind, that is essentially why this is a great film and just easily the best animated film they put today. But yeah, I rented this movie and I highly suggest you guys go buy it. I'm probably gonna buy it because I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. The other films, I'm fine if I purchased them, but I wouldn't have been super excited or just having a very eager feeling to go get it. This one, I kind of do just want to go out and, just buy the Blu-ray because I just want to have it. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the movie. If you guys liked it, if you guys disliked it, tell me down below. Tell me your comments if you guys have already seen the movie or if you guys are interested in watching it after this review. Whatever you guys have to say. Like the video if you guys like it, dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe and look forward to more videos. Thanks. Laters.